Hello and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Stepford County Railway. My name is Wizzy, you can also call me Wizzy, and today we're going to be driving some more trains on Roblox. Now in this episode we're going to be focusing mainly on Connect. Last couple episodes we did Express 2 episodes ago. Last episode we did Waterline, so this episode we're going to do Connect. And one train, have we done this one? So we have done that one train. So there's one route I want to do. You know what, we haven't done the Class 68. So I might as well get that one out of the way. Because there's a specific route I want to do this episode to start with. And it's only 2 trains that are available for it. That's the Class 444 and the Class 68. We've already used the 444 before, so we're going to do the 68. So that's route RO36 Willowfield to Llyn-by-the-Sea. It's a longer route, so most of the video is going to be just this route. But we'll start at the Willowfield end. And basically, because this has like our locomotives on each end, that does count as a 5-car train, even though it has 3 actual cars. Oops, slow down. I wasn't expecting to be in red signal immediately after passing that other one. So obviously the dispatcher is doing this zone. Or not the dispatcher, the signaler. Now one thing you may not notice right now, but if I scroll through the player list, it seems even longer than it was before. And that's because they have once again increased the player sizes of these servers. So before they were 30 player servers. Then most recently in the 2.00 update they increased it to 45, and now they increased it again to 75. So now all these servers are 75 player servers, so they're gonna get a lot more full, and there's gonna be a chance that more chances for actual signalers, obviously, to be present. And of course more guards and more dispatchers and a lot more trains going. So we're going to do the next leg.
The train now standing at platform 1 is the 2017 Stepford Connect service to...
See, I don't care for these, especially in like this game, I don't care for these sorts of trains with like the cab or the actual locomotives. I like the trains that actually have like the seating inside the same car as the driver.
Llyn-by-the-Sea. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
Yeah, like one of those ones. I mean, this is the only train in this game that has actual locomotives, I believe. There's a locomotive at each end of the train. And we're off. So there is a few stops that we do not stop at. So the next stop is Beachley, which means we are going to be another train coming out of the depot here. So we're up here right now. We're going to be skipping Hemden Park, going straight to Beachley. Now, because there is more, or these are larger servers, and there's going to be more people actually driving, or more trains about, that means that there's more chances to get delayed. So if we do end up getting delayed because of how long this route is, there's a very good chance that this could actually be the only route we do this episode. But we'll find out. So I skip right past the station. So yeah, I had quite the experience yesterday. So as you guys know, probably at this point already, I bowl on leagues on Wednesdays and Fridays, and fall leagues have are all started now. And one of my friends, he usually who bowls on the same team with me on Wednesdays, the person who brings him over, he can't drive. So the person that brings him over was not there, or is not there here this week. She's actually in New Hampshire or New York. So I was supposed to go pick him up. And so I was on my way to go pick him up. I was on the interstate, and there was a pickup truck that had just finished passing me. He was right in front of me, and he ended up going right off the road, right in front of me. Like I was the first car behind them, and so I ended up pulling over, and along with one other person, and I had my phone. I grabbed my phone and called 911. And well, actually, I was getting ready to, and we were both going down, and because I was in a little ditch off to the right of the interstate, and in fact he went off just before a guardrail, so he missed the guardrail completely, which is a really good thing, because it could have ended really badly if he had hit that. But anyways, so me and this other guy were going down in the ditch to the pickup truck, and he noticed I had my phone. He's like, "You calling 911?" And I said, "Yeah." And he kind of went down to the pickup truck, and I at that point didn't go all the way down because I was dialing 911. And unfortunately, where that spot was like the cell service was very crappy. So it actually took me a moment, probably like a minute, to finally get to the point where dispatch could hear me and I could hear dispatch. But I kept breaking up with him a little bit, and but yeah, there was one point where it was like almost like 5 minutes, maybe at least, where it was just complete silence on the line. I didn't know if I had completely lost him or what. I mean, it showed I was still connected, but just I don't know if it was because the service was so bad right there. But I got or did talk to him a bit, and there was a DOT truck that had pulled up right in front of my car just shortly after, and I told them there was a DOT truck here as well. And then shortly after, when I was on the phone with her, this was an older gentleman. His back was hurting. So me and the other guy were like, "Yeah, you're not moving until paramedics show up." And he was able to move everything, he said. And so basically, a little bit after that, I was still on the phone with dispatch. Like this is maybe like 10 minutes, maybe if that. There was a, I noticed a trooper pull up. It looked like they were just going down the interstate, saw us pulled over, our cars pulled over, and he ended up stopping. It was a detective or whatever who got out. I told dispatch there was a trooper that was here. She's like, oh, there's a trooper there? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, I'll get off the line with you so you can go talk to him. So I did. I went up and talked to the dispatch, or the detective, and basically said, like, he had gone off, obviously, the road just in front of me or whatever. The detective asked if he was, like, if he was conscious, and I said, yeah, and he's hurting a little bit, and he's like, well, I can deal with hurting, as long as he's, like, still alive, obviously. I think that's more what he asked or whatever. But then shortly after, or basically, as I was talking with him, I saw a trooper go by on the other side with its lights and sirens on, and maybe a minute later, he pulled up behind and came out, and me and the other guy came up, and that trooper came over, said, like, basically thanked us for stopping, and basically told us that we were pretty much all set to go. So I was there maybe 10-15 minutes, so I left before fire department or EMTs showed up, but at least the guy was, I mean, me and the other guy, other guy was trying to get the driver's side door open and couldn't get open very far, and so he had me help him. This was before the trooper showed up, and I think this was even before the DOT guy showed up, so he asked me to help him open the door, so he was pulling and I was pushing it, and we got to open a bit more. But yeah, no, the truck ended up hitting like a little gully in the ditch or whatever, and both right side wheels just completely came off. And yeah, no, it was pretty scary, kind of a scary scene, especially to have that happen right in front of you. It's like I've never seen anything like that actually, or never actually witnessed something like that happen. So that was crazy. But at least I was right there. Me and the other guy were right there immediately, basically, and went down, like I said. And but yeah, so I ended up texting my buddy. I said, well, you may want to get one of our other teammates to pick him up or pick you up. So after I left, I called him and asked if he had been picked up. He said yeah. So instead of getting to the bowling alley about like 6:30, because of picking my buddy up, because of this accident, I ended up getting to the bowling alley like 6:15, and I ended up getting there about 15 minutes earlier than I was expecting to get there, which is kind of not really, I mean, funny in a way, but not funny, if you know what I mean. But at least the guy was, for the most part, was okay, so, which was good. But still, just pretty scary. It's like I said, I was right there. Just saw him go right off. It's like, wow. First thing I was thinking of was like, holy crap, basically.
This train is full of 3 coaches. The train now approaching.
So obviously this guy here has got to wait for me to leave.
Please stand back from the
Sorry.
platform edge.
So yeah, of course, after that, or during that, because of the adrenaline of everything, my heart rate was probably through the roof, I'm sure. But finally, when I got to the bowling alley and everything, It was starting to come down, I could tell, but it was just, I was kind of shaking. I think, like I said, because of the adrenaline and everything, it was crazy. Like, you see these videos of vehicles going off the road. It's like you see them go off the road and then all of a sudden, like, dust is flying. And of course, those are real footage videos too, but it's just, it's like, it's exactly what it looks like. I mean, it's, yeah, just crazy. But I tell you what, like I said, that guy was extremely, and then the DOT guy said the same thing too. He said, yeah, he's really lucky he missed the guardrail. Because more than likely, if he had hit that guardrail, it would have probably been a completely different story. So we've got 5 signalers right now. Six guards, 6 dispatchers. Although I haven't come across a single dispatcher yet.
Calling at Copsley, Benton, Hampton Hargate, Walton Newton, Leighton, Stepford Road, Leighton City, Edgemead, Wester Coast, Newcastle, West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-by-the-Sea.
So the next stop from here is Coxley. So all these stops basically in through here, St. Helens Bridge to Benton, except for Angel Pass, we basically stop at. Angel Pass, like about half the route stop there, seems like. Actually speed up to 100 because the speed limit does go right up right here. Went to Denny's for lunch today and got a Oreo milkshake to go. So that's what you were hearing, I think, if you did hear it. Horn seems very quiet on this thing.
Llyn-by-the-Sea. Calling at Benton, Hampton Hargate, Walton Newton, Leighton, Stepford Road, Leighton City, Edgemead, Wester Coast.
So as you might be able to tell as well, is we are now on version 2.0.1. So I did make a few changes. Largest change, well, a couple of large changes that they did was one, which I didn't even note in the change log, but one was the player capacity going up from 45 to 75. Two, the next stop, Benton, they changed the way you can now stop there. Depending on certain situations, like certain platforms now available to stop at where they weren't able to before. And some changes like that. Actually, wait, did they get rid of that little weird track thing there? They did. Never made sense why they had that little, like, turn-off track back there. If you know what I'm talking about from before. That signal's right at Benton, it looks like. So basically now, like, these two platforms over here are now available to be stopped at if these two are occupied. And over there with Waterline, platform 2 can be used if platform 1 is occupied, whereas before you had to, is that the class 68 marker? No, 800. Well, 5-car marker was actually, wait, 3, 5, 5, 6. Huh. That's interesting. It's 2 regular 5-car markers, and then there's a 5 for an 800 marker. So the next station, which most of the routes stop at, probably like 95, 98% of the routes stop at, this route does not. So we actually get to bypass this next stop. Oh, shoot. Yep. Not much I could have done about that, just all of a sudden turned red on me. No advance warning on that. I thought there was a signaler back there, but maybe not. So how far along we are in the video? We're at 24 minutes right now. Yeah, they did minor scenery updates as well. They said just a few changes. Couple bug fixes, which seems, from what I've been seeing so far, haven't really been fixed.
Leighton City, Edgemead, Westercoast, Millcastle, West Wytham, North Llyn-by-the-Sea. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
I swear, it's like I'm completely stopped. I go to press T to open the doors, and it's saying, train must be stopped before beginning loading. It's like I am stopped. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of spamming it before I get stopped, but it's cool. The little screens on there. So next stop we get to skip. Half the routes don't stop at this next stop anyways, or yeah, maybe 40% of the routes don't stop at this next stop. That's Upper Stoplow, or Upper Staplow. So we're going to be going to Waterloo next. I believe we skip Rocket Parade. Yeah, it goes straight to Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, Edgemead. Skip Famir, go to Wester Coast. Millcastle, we skip Millcastle Racecourse. West Wyvern. Skip Starry Lock, go to North Shore, and then Llyn-by-the-Sea. I think I've played with this guy before. Yeah. Back up to 100 for now. Whole bunch of dispatchers now, but still haven't seen a single one yet. So we're expected at Llyn-by-the-Sea at 21:01, which is 40 minutes, or not 40 minutes, 20 minutes from now. That'll put us just about 50 minutes into the video, so we should be able to do another shorter route from Llyn-by-the-Sea. In my spreadsheet on my routes list, I actually made a table for that section, so I can now sort or look basically specifically for certain stations. And there's one route we have not done from Llyn-by-the-Sea, and that's to Rayleigh Bay. I need to add another column to show what the head code would be for each route. Because like this route, you get a 9 head code. Like as you can see right here. Yeah, first dispatcher.
Llyn-by-the-Sea. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
So we stop at the S marker.
Service to Newry Harbour. Calling out Benton, Newry, and Newry Harbour. This train is formed of 5 coaches. First class is
Llyn-by-the-Sea. Next station. Llyn-by-the-Sea.
Your attention, please. The 2053 Stepford Express service to Stepford
Guys,
Central
avatars
has been cancelled.
for
This
characters
is due to a member of the train crew being
interesting to
delayed.
say the least.
The train now approaching platform 4 does not stop here. Please stand by for the platform edge.
So now we go to Layton City. So looking at the Rayleigh Bay route list, it's looking like that one would probably be a little bit longer. So let's take a look at the other routes. See if we haven't done one of the directions. So that one we've done that direction that we'd be going to. Next stop, Edgemead. So we've done that direction on that one. So that one we haven't done the other direction on, so that one's a possibility. It's Llyn-by-the-Sea to Layton West, which is that branch just back there. Another class 68. Express.
stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Yeah, that one's kind of a longer route too. So when we get to Llyn-by-the-Sea, we'll have to look. See what it shows time-wise for those. But I'm starting to think that this may end up being the only route we end up doing. And I did mention that too. A couple of the other ones would be way too long. Like I said, a couple of the other ones we've already done going that one direction as well. But we'll find out. So one thing I should add to my list as well is the times for each route, or how long it would take for each route. Scenery is definitely struggling to load in a little bit more. I don't know if that's partly because I'm recording. Because it didn't seem like I really had that issue last night when I was playing, but could be the server itself as well.
West Wyvern,
Hard to say.
North Shore, and Llyn-by-the-Sea. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
They should make signs like these, but for the Class 68. Yeah, the HSTs might be about the same actually, now that I think about it, with the locomotives. Because like that, you got the 2+4 car, which would be similar to this. This would be a 2+3. So yeah, this station we don't stop at. The next one we stop at. I don't even know why they bother have the speed limit go up to 75 there, when basically every train stops at this station up here.
West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-by-the-Sea.
Yeah, this one looks like they just redid.
Coaches.
That might have been one of the things that they mentioned about in the changelog. Because this definitely, like I said, looks different to me. And I kind of like it, actually. I think it looks better than it did before, so... Next stop is West Wyvern. You know, I wonder if this is actually the largest gap between stations. I feel like that's one thing I should do now as well, is make a spreadsheet to show the distance between stations. You may have noticed me and my spreadsheets. I like my spreadsheets. Two-car connect train, 158. You know, it's funny, for the longest time it's like people would say which class or whatever, they see a train go by, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what they're referring to. But now I know most of the routes by heart, or most of the trains by heart at this point. I've played this game so much. Another dispatcher here. We're at 43 minutes into the video now. I guess he decided he's not gonna dispatch you. Interesting. I was actually waiting for him, but then I didn't realize that he actually wasn't dispatching me. So yeah, as far as, like I mentioned, the distance between stations, I'm not talking about like if you're skipping a station. I'm talking about like actually physically the distance between each individual station. Because this one's a good distance, but there's one station that we're not stopping at through here. And we got one more station after this. And I'm thinking that this is actually going to be it for this or the only route we'll be end up doing for this video. And we've done one route videos 2 times. I don't know if I'm going to get cut off here or not. See, that's the only problem is, unfortunately, there's still never enough signalers to be able to prevent that from happening. It's like, technically I would have the right of way because I'm already a mainline train and they're coming from depot. And it almost seems like they're going faster than they should be as well. A lot of express trains. And once again, honestly, I feel like express is pretty overrated. Honestly, I mean, there's a few routes, but honestly, I feel like it's not even really worth it. I mean, yeah, if you want to do fast service with not many stops, yeah, it's great, but part of that problem is you don't get many points because you only get points for each station that you stop at. So if you're doing like a service, especially like a super fast from like Llyn-by-the-Sea to Stepford Central, that's basically like 2 stops. So you only get points for those 2 stations. I mean, not like it matters for me anyways. I got so many points I can't even spend them. That's why I'm always looking for big updates, because usually they come out with a lot of stuff. That's why in a way I was bummed about the 2.0.0 update, because it didn't really add much more. Not enough where I can spend a lot of the points. And yep, that happened. So that's the only problem with the way the new braking system is. It's really, really hard to kind of creep up. But whatever. Actually, we'll do express here. Shorter lists. We'll start at the marketplace. And we'll just chill out here. So anyways, yeah, that was that route, obviously. We didn't obviously complete it because we hit the buffer, but it is what it is, I guess. So, yeah, next episode, I think we'll continue doing some more, connect routes. Or do connect again, since we only did one route this episode, and it was a longer one. But got it out of the way. Get the class 68 out of the way. Like I said, I don't really care for that train a whole lot. So yeah. Anyways, I am planning on doing another Minecraft Monday video. Doing episode number 2 of the 1.21 hardcore survival that I started last week. And I think as of right now, I don't know if I'll do a Transportation Tuesday video or not. That waits to be seen. But if there is, awesome. If there's not, then well, you get these other videos to look forward to. But anyways, that is just about going to do it for this video though. So hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!